Hey, good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to Tuesday night. It's me, it's Alan Patterson, and I'm coming to you live here from Cota, Circuit of the Americas. It's the final round of the 2024 Season 1 Team versus Team series. As you can see, the guys are currently out on track and practicing, but I'm glad to share. My internet seems to be working like it's never worked before. I'm pushing huge bandwidths, and as such, you're welcome to go and click on your settings, and you can upscale this to 1440p 60 Hertz HD. So super high def, and should all be working well this evening. Thanks to the admins, live stewarding behind the scenes that are there and watching and monitoring. It's been an awesome season so far. Let's turn this game down a little. While we've got some time, there's still 7 minutes of practice going. Muad Musa on the YouTube channel. How's it, buddy? Current standings. This is where we are after 5 rounds of 6. The team standings: LNR D's nuts, LNR Beefaroni Bullions, Niall and his dad Lee, then Zodiac Racing Falcons in 3rd place, SE and his teamie, LNR Cheese and Wine in 4th, and LNR Itchy and Scratchy with the Project Vape Boys in 6th, and the rest of the field from there. Driver standings, where are you? There you are. So we've got Berries just ahead of Muad Musa, Fleming Bauer in 3rd, SE in 4th, and Niall Bullion rounds out your top 5 with the rest of the field from there back. Yeah, right, we're good. Currently watching a Hannes van Wyk for Venom Works in his black Aston as he comes down the long back straight. And welcome to everyone on the YouTube. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to please click on a thumbs up and possibly a subscribe if you want to subscribe to Logistical Nightmare Racing. I was on just now checking the practice server, and it wasn't moist. It was like flooded, like snorkel. Super wet, super glossy, shiny track. 2 lines of rain, and yet in 30 minutes there was cloud and no rain. So let's hold thumbs that they've got the mixed weather settings correct for this round, and we should hopefully see some exciting racing tonight, both wet and dry sessions. And as is the usual case, we're never sure what kind of setups the guys are running, whether they're out in a hybrid setup, a dedicated wet setup, or a dry setup, as we see Moat here in his M4. So we'll have to wait and see as quali comes around, or even as the race comes around. I don't think these guys are even 100% sure what the conditions are like. So there we go. It's all to go for this evening. Looking at the season, we're on round 6 of 6 here at Cota. It was started off round 1, Imola. Then we had round 2 from Germany, Nürburgring. Round 3 from Spa in Belgium. And then 4, 5, and 6, Zandvoort in Holland. Round 5 from Snetterton in the UK. And here we are in North America, Circuit of the Americas. We got some time, so we're going to go for a lap around the track here with Muad Musa. T1 up at the top of this hill. It's a dead hairpin and then a long climb downhill into the snake section. Big timing section this. You've got to line these corners up from 2 corners before and then just get a perfect line through here. Carry your momentum and then into this tricky little kink left, then a sharp hard right-hander and then a left-hander, and you through sector 1. Car gets light here over the brow. Then here we go to the beginning of the long back straight now. Very long back straight this. 1.4 kilometers, I think. Lots of draft, lots of horsepower needed. And cars reaching top speed up here. We'll watch the BM and the clock in the middle of the screen. 240, 250, 260, 262 into the braking zone. Again, another little tricky section as we head into the 3rd sector. Very technical section this. Got a brake. It looks like you can run deep, but there's no way you can. This, the 4 apex right-hander past the tower. Got to lift a little bit, feather it, and then climb on it for the next 3 apexes. Carry your momentum into the 2nd last corner. Float it over that inside sausage curb, not too wide. And then don't outbrake yourself for the last turn here. Take a lot of the curb, foot down, miss those sausage curbs on the right, and that's a lap. .208.1 for Muad Musa. Jude Neville in his big AMG GT3 Mercedes-Benz. Yo, Andy. Biggest, baddest, best. He's in the house. I still love the sound of the Mercedes. Ooh, 4-wheel drifting there. Track is still green. There's no rubber down at the moment. As I say, unofficial practice earlier, or official practice, it was pup wet, like soaking. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens in quali. We're counting down. It's just under 2 minutes to go. Then we'll see what the conditions are. My camera is still working. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Good evening. It's moi, Big L. There's Ryan Barrington-Smith in the Porsche. LNR arrive and die. And he's leading the championship. He's going to want to have a clean race this evening. There's a name here that is a returning driver. I'm not sure from where or when. He's unknowns to me. But a Mr. Bryce Watson for Watson Motorsport is a LNR return driver. So good to have him back on the track. There's Paul the Wall Fenter in his Aston Martin with the nice yellow wheels. Okay, we're going to be starting practice shortly. Let's get to it. There we go.
Green light. Go. Go, go.
Green light, go, go, go. And they all tear out of the pits. Well, some people do. Fleming is on it in the McLaren. He's got a couple of cars ahead of him. Henry Mayer also in his McLaren. He's here and out. Hannes van Wyk in his Aston Martin. And he is chasing a big Mercedes. I think that's Marion van Veen. It is from Holland, I believe. Belgium or Holland. Also have access to our live stewarding. So any drama or any time penalties, I'll be able to give those to you live as we watch the race. Now you can see on the timing screen at the top, in 10 minutes there are 2 lines of rain. I mean, there's blue sky just up there, and yet it's going to be thundering down in 10 minutes. So we're going to certainly have the weather gods on our side this evening. Cheers, by the way. YouTube's looking good. My stream's looking good. 10 megabits per second sending, so you guys should have super high quality to watch this on. And thanks to everybody who is out there and watching. Jump onto the chat channel and say hi, guys and girls. So, Marin van Veen, one of our international drivers, I think there's a couple, but he is first man out on the track and he will be the first to start his flying lap. There's still 2 or 3 cars in the pits, although they are rolling, as I can see on the track map on the right hand side. Otherwise the whole field's out and there's a train of cars coming. I can't believe this weather. I mean, we've got sun here. It's cloudy, but the sun's shining. And the track is listed as greasy. So this is going to be a challenge of note. Right, on board with me. And he's the first man on track. We're going to go with him. Take note, it's not optimal. This track is still greasy, so there isn't grip out here. You can see him fighting on the steering wheel to maintain control. Lots of throttle feathering as he comes through the first sector. You clearly see the racing line, the dry line here. Right, onto this long back straight. Now he's going to hammer it down here. Hey Chris, how's it? Indeed, the rain is on its way in 10 minutes. This is going to be the challenge this evening. Practice just now was just, they were swimming around. Oh, he's missed it. He has so far missed that braking point, he's gone into the next county. Back to the pits. Here comes Mr. Fleming Bauer. He should be the next man on a flying lap. Right, 10 minutes and counting. You can see the guys are really struggling to control the cars. Track conditions are not optimal. They're not even green. This is greasy. It will develop, but it's not going to be fast enough. And oh, sideways in the McLaren. Into the final turn comes Fleming. And is this a legal lap? Is he going to be the first to put something up on the boards? .215.9 from a normal hot lapping 206 205s, 204s, so guys are finding a challenge. But straight away, Johan van der Merwe, he goes up to the sharp end. And the return driver, Bryce Watson, he's right there in a Porsche and second quickest on his first official outlap. So in the rain, I was watching him earlier, and this guy was super, super quick. So I'm not too sure what the history is, or he's missed that completely, following too close. So he's off. And Ryan Barrington-Smith goes into pole himself at 2:11.5, so he's 4/10 up on Van der Merwe's time. Essie Esterhuizen brings his Porsche into the game, and he's currently third for Zodiac Racing. Barrington, oh, the Aston does get out the way in a bit of an awkward place. I thought Ryan Barrington-Smith was going to get a massive tow down the straight, but that Aston wasn't going to play games. So Bryce Watson into the pits. It's Barrington-Smith we're watching. Van der Merwe second, Essie Esterhuizen third, Bryce Watson fourth, and Muat Musa rounds out your top five with 8 minutes to go. And the rain is 3 minutes away. So if you haven't got a lap in now, like Mr. Holzhausen or Neville at the bottom, or in fact half the field, Skitter's down there, Cockett is down there, Niall Bullion, they haven't done time, Paul the Wall Fenter, where is he? Here he is. These guys can see the rain's coming, they know it's coming, they've got to get a quick lap in now while the track's dry. Turn that down a little bit. I think my microphone was a little bit peaky. And Paul Fenter does get one in, so he's got a benchmark to work with, albeit 2 seconds off the pace. Fleming goes back up to the sharp end of the stick. He's going to be happy with that. Into the pits. And all the boys are here now. Henry Meyer, he's just done within 100th of a 209.2 of Fleming Bauer. That bumps Johan van der Merwe down to third place. And now people are going to be panicking. It still says heavy rain in 3 minutes and then not so heavy in 10 minutes. But let's wait and see. Oh, Johan running a little deep there. Where's my mouse gone? There it is. Sean Skitter in 9th place. He's got one in. Lots of McLarens out here. In fact, interestingly, there's more McLarens than Ferraris. It's been a long time since I've seen a race like this. Maybe the Ferrari domination is wearing off. There's the box settings or handicap settings on your right hand side. McLaren's carrying extra 16 kilos. The Porsche's 15 kilos. Ferrari's only 11 kilos. And here comes the rain, ladies and gentlemen. On cue with 6 minutes to go. That is your starting grid. With Maren van Veen in pole at 8.9. No one will get close to that because it's raining. End of story. I think if anything, the drivers now need to work out or be very sure that they've got wet tire pressures and the correct pressures for the track temps. Track is hot. It's 32 degrees, so we've seen something like this, interestingly, not too long ago. The tires were like donuts, in fact, because it was a 33-degree track and it was raining. So the wets were overheating and the dries were nowhere. But yeah, as I thought, so Barrington-Smith going to bring the Porsche into the pits, and cars are going to rather prepare and get their setup sorted. You can see it's quite a heavy downpour. Windscreen wipers are ablaze. It's actually not as heavy. I've seen it worse than this. Might be calming down already. But look at the grip or the lack thereof. Yeah, Van der Merwe thinks better of it, and he goes back to the pits. Quinton Smith, also in a McLaren for Osiris Motorsports. And we'll see what he does as he gets down to the end of the main straight. Snaking into the braking points. Completely missed the braking point. Bounces over the curbs. I mean, there's only 2 cars out there, and that includes Mr. Brandon Holzhausen here, who hasn't set a lap time. So he's gonna be 8 or 9 seconds off pole position when he does get a lap time in. Right, 3 minutes and counting, and then we'll be in for this race. Ashley, there you are. Give me some history on Mr. Watson. Return driver? Did he race for LNR previously, or... So Bryce purposely trying to drift this Porsche, as you can see. You can hear him throttle controlling the tail. Okay, so old driver moved to the UK, and it's taken a while to get equipment and get set up. Good stuff. And guys are pretty much just messing around and playing around in the conditions. Almost went all the way around there. Did go all the way around. I think that's Mr. Paul Fenter going past. Is indeed also doing a little bit of drifting in his Aston. And Paul gives it a miss. Let's go and see what Ryan Barrington Smith's doing. And he's also trying to drift it around the corners. Right, I think we're pretty much all sitting and waiting to see what the race conditions are going to be like. Good looking bunch of cars down there. Marin van Veen, he's just gone out. One of the only 2 Mercedes racing here today. One right at the top, and Jude Neville third from the bottom. A 208.9, and then 2.5 tenths back, it's Fleming Bauer in the McLaren. Henry Mayer in third place. He's also out in the McLaren. Ryan Barrington-Smith, the first of the Porsches, with Essie Esterhuis from Zodiac Racing right there in fifth place. That's your top five. Johan van der Merwe in sixth place for Zodiac Racing Falcons. Neil Krenning in a very good looking LNR Aston Martin in seventh. Paul de Wolfenter in his Aston Martin in eighth place. Sean Skitter ninth, also LNR, and Michael Schultz rounds out your top 10 for Zodiac Racing Martini Racing. Right, good. There is Gavin Cockett is here. He's in one of two Lamborghinis with Andre Sorodia, Project Vapor. And then the only odd one out, one of Chris's favorites, is the BMW M4 for Moat Musa of Project Vapor. Clearly the love's gone out the window for the BMWs. Oh, one line of rain. Now it's gone. Cloudy. Right, let's keep our eyes peeled on those conditions. But we're going to go to the timing grid. Van Veen, Bauer, Meyer, Barrington-Smith, and Essie Esterhuis. Mercedes-Benz, McLaren, Porsche, then another McLaren, then two Aston Martins, another McLaren, Porsche, and the BMW. That's top 11. Track is fast, so not optimum. All the rubber's been washed off, and there's 2 lines of rain in 10 minutes. These drivers are not going to know what hit them. Definitely going to be starting on slicks, and we're going to see some early pit stops. As you can see on the timing screen, there's a yellow 1, meaning only 1 pit stop requirement here. I didn't check the rules for this round. Ash, maybe you can confirm what's happening here. I think it's one. There's nothing compulsory except a stop, go, pit stop. So you just got to jack it up, jack it down, and go. I think. If you want to change tires, change. It's only a 50-minute race.
30 seconds.
So that's, I think, if memory serves me correctly, what I heard Paul saying in the pits, in the driver's briefing.
20 seconds.
20 seconds to go.
10 seconds.
The 2 Lamborghinis right at the back of the grid here. With Jude Neville. So he's going to have to drive from the back. Didn't manage to get in at time there. We're going to sit with Ryan Barrington-Smith in his Porsche. He's in 4th place, and we'll watch him as they go up the hill and through T1. So, short start. Car 23 in the pits. So that is Bryce Watson for some other reason in the pits. And Quinton Smith also in the pits for some odd reason. So, Bryce going to have to come out the pits. Maybe he didn't press start. I'm not too sure. But here we go. Let's get ready. Last race of the season. Waiting for lights.
Pit window is opening. Green light.
Green, green, green. Here we go. Pit window's also open. And they head up to T1. And, oh my word, it's 3 abreast almost. It is. Oh, and he's got turned around. The McLaren has hit Berries. And the whole field has now got a little bit of a ping-pong effect happening. Berries gets going. And he's gone from 4th probably down to about 12th. And he's going to try and take advantage of that and recover as quickly as he can. Right, let's go back up to the top. Marin van Veen in the Mercedes. He's out and going. Fleming Mayer being chased down by Fleming Bauer being chased by no, Henry Mayer's ahead of him. No, sorry. So Fleming's ahead. Henry Mayer's chasing him. And SES de Haze is right there with the McLaren of Skitter. And they've all run deep. They're all underestimating the grip here. And they're 3 abreast going down the straight. Whoa, here we go. Ashley confirming that Bryce wanted to start from the pits. So talk about a bit of self-punishment or self-inflicted punishment. It looks like it's going to be hard on the brakes. He makes it. See how far it can come from the pits and how far it can come through the field is Bryce Watson's plan. Going forward, Paul going sideways here, dicing with Mr. Skitter. They're all on comms, so these guys are probably all muttering away. And I'll tell you what, that's Henry Mayer who's just going backwards. He has gone from 3rd to 6th. Here comes Muad Musa. Let's drop back here even further. Muad Musa dicing with the SES to Hayes. It does ascend up the inside. So Muad Musa takes advantage and guys are tiptoeing. There is no grip out there, people. Oh, and there's a car turned around. Is that Paul? It is. Let's go and have a look. Is it? Come, cameraman. It's Sean Skitter. It was Paul. I'll get it. Bear with me. Let's go back. Oh, Paul. Oh, he outbrakes himself like an absolute madman into the McLaren and then gets hit 3 or 4 times, reverses himself out the way. And that's put paid to that challenge straight away. And he gets going. Paul's going to have so many shots tomorrow night. I mean Friday night. It's going to be funny to watch. Right, back to our leader. Marin van Veen, all out on his own. And I'm talking far out on his own. You can't even see second place as you look back there. And it's Jens van Overlen. It's a Cirrus Motorsport, but it's the other international driver. All right, there are penalties. Let me tell you what is going on here. Okay, I can't tell you anything yet, but there is 10 seconds for Van der Merwe. And the rain has arrived. Here we go. So the guys have literally done 1.5 laps, and it is coming down cats and dogs, and it is for the next 10 minutes, as you can see. So rain has arrived. I doubt any of these guys are going to stay out. They're probably all heading into the pits for Assetto wets. I could be mistaken. Sean Skitter's in. He's not hanging around. And he takes out the pit limiter board. So let's go back here and have a look. Oh, he actually thunders into the tyre barrier because there's no grip there. And I suspect he might get a stop-go because that was speeding into the pit lane. And look at the pits light up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars into the pits for tyres. I'm going to keep my camera on Sean Skitter because I'm deadly sure that he got a speeding in the pit lane. All right, there it is. Oh, 76. I'm not too sure how to actually read this properly, so I'm not going to waste too much time on the penalties. But I can see Van der Merwe got 10 seconds for contacts, and Lee Billion's got 5 seconds. Sean Skitter standing here a long time. He finally gets going. He's off the jacks. There we go. We'll see now as he exits the pits. I'm sure he's also holding his breath, because I don't think he knows whether he got a stop go 30 for coming in too hot. Wow, he got away with that. I'm mind blown. Seriously. Muad Musa into third place in the big BM M4. Jeez, he did well there. So, Marin van Veen from Jens van Overl, Muad Musa, Ryan Barrington Smith and Hannes van Wyk is your top 5. But Muad Musa is right there on the back of Van Overlen. These guys have to come into the pits. They cannot stay out because the track is just going to get wetter and wetter. Now they should be peeling to their left. They are indeed. Muad Musa isn't. He is feeling very brave. And we see Van Overland go in with Barrington Smith following suit. Muad Musa, however, stays out for another lap, and the conditions must be treacherous out there. And the pit lane is just lighting up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars come in. And still yet a bunch going by. AC Esterhazy, Jan van der Merwe and Lee Bouillon have decided not to pit. So where's Bryce? Here he is. He's coming into the pits. Sure. Big challenge here for a lot of the guys, but the guys are in and they're putting on full wets. You can't run this in slicks. So Muad Musa tiptoeing his way around. 17 seconds off the back of Van Veen. And Van Veen also hasn't pitted yet. So he is seriously driving on delicate tiptoes, trying to get this Mercedes round. Here he comes down the long back straight into the braking point. Oh, and there's a drive through. That's for Van Overlen. From second place, he gets a DT. So he came into the pits and he's obviously just gone one too many times off track there. Van Veen in the barriers. I'm not even watching that live stream. Let's just watch that again. I was looking at the cameras here and I missed all of this. Right, into the braking point. Here he comes. Now, sharp double right-hander, and he's got to be very wary through here. Oh, he hits the paint. Oh, he does. He hits the wet paint, and that's put the car in the barriers. Oh, that's bad luck. Right, Muad Musa, he is there or thereabouts. Here he is. Is he coming in the pits yet? Second last corner, he's got to be going left. He does. And Van Veen in the pits, cleverly. So, there's your first and second place cars, as you see them on the track. Essie Esterhazy, here he comes. He also hasn't pitted. Niall Bullion also with the drive-through. I can't believe these guys are still out on wets, unless I missed them doing pit stops. They must have done pit stops. Last lap 2:19.7 for Essie. And that's Van der Merwe. Yeah, so Van der Merwe has just gone by. So these guys are the first guys to do early pit stops. 5-second penalty for car 17 and another 5-second for car 17. That car being Paul the Wall Fenter, getting 10-second penalty for avoidable contact in the last turn, which we saw on stream. That's 4 shots of tequila on Friday night, Paul. You get 2 shots for every 5 seconds of penalties. Van der Merwe in the lead with carrying in 10 seconds. So Essie Esterhazy is net leading right now, with Michael Schultz, here he is for Zodiac Racing, in second place, only 5 seconds back, and Mike LaRue in fourth place, but also carrying 5-second penalty. Oh, Van Oevelen now gets a stop-go 30 because he sped into the pit lane. This man is having the worst race of his life. He was in second place, gets a drive-through, comes into the pits, speeds into the pits, gets a stop-go 30. It's game, set and match for him. He will be a lap down. Niall Bullion in the pits serving his drive-through. And that's been cleared for Niall, so he's out and he's safe to go. Let's see if I can make a bit of sense of what's happening here. Car number 8, that's Mike LaRue. Avoidable contact. So I can see it's avoidable contact, but I can't see who the other people are involved in these coming together. So there we go. We can see the penalties out there. So in a matter of 5 laps, the track has gone from completely dry to wet, and in 10 minutes time the rain stops again, and there's still 37 minutes to go in this race. I think the boys are having fun, don't you? Let's go and look at Mr. Holzhausen. Brandon Holzhausen from nowhere is up to 11th place, and he is 3/10 off the back of Andres Serodia in the Lamborghini, just up ahead of him. The man who started in pits, Bryce Watson, is up into 17th place, and let's drop down and watch him as he's right behind Quinton Smith, who runs super wide in the McLaren. And, well, that was a bit of a wild re-entry. And Quinton Smith heading to the pits. Bryce Watson was lucky to not get collected in that. Quickest laps at the moment. Johan van der Merwe, a 2:18.8, and Essie Esterhuis a 2:18.9. However, Henry Meyer did do a 2:17 earlier. Huge gaps out there right now. We're going to go to 12th place at Sean Skitter. He is closing in on the back of Mr. Holzhausen. Super tricky conditions, as you can see. These are your conditions as we go on board. Sean Skitter's McLaren. Look into the braking zone. Lots of snaking going on, but he nails that braking point and closes right up under the wing of Mr. Holzhausen. Who in turn is closing in on Andres Serodia's Lamborghini up ahead, the red car. So this all for 10th place. Oh, this is super tricky section 3 here. Lots of standing water out there. Right, onto the last, through the last corner onto the start finish line. And he's got Neil Krenning in the Aston Martin right behind. So this is a full car battle right here. 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th place. Going down to 19th quickly, Paul the Wolf Enter arriving on the tail of Quinton Smith's McLaren. And Paul trying to drive back. Quinton trying to defend, and Paul's having none of that. He's going up the inside. Now into this tricky braking point up the hill and into T1, and Paul does get his braking point right, and off he goes, takes another position and moves into 18th. Got you. If you look under, oh right, okay, let me have a look. That still doesn't make sense to me, man. Description: car 20 trying to avoid previous incident but hits into car 1. I mean, it looks like car 1 has had an incident with every other car on the track. That actually might be true. Thanks, Ashley. Where's my camera? Right. Let's get back to this. Car 1 is Andres Sorodio. He's been all over the place according to that, and he's carrying 10 seconds worth of penalties. So anyway, there we go. Let's get back to the racing here. 12. It's Sean Skitter and him and Brandon Holzhausen. He's in fact just gone past Brandon Holzhausen. So Sean Skitter moves up into 11th. And next arriving here is Neil Hrenning in his Aston Martin. So he's now going to be attacking the Porsche of Mr. Holzhausen, as we see them heading towards T1. 32 minutes left of this 50-minute race. All right. Thanks, Ash. Maybe a private chat at some point just to understand it a little bit better. I kind of do, but I don't want to make a mess of what's going on here. Anyway, right. Just looking at these pit stops, pretty much the whole field has done a legit pit stop except for the leaders. So I think they have... I don't actually understand how they could have changed tyres and not had a legit pit stop, because the car would have been jacked up. So that's another little thing, unless... I don't know what. Maybe they didn't put fuel in yet. But anyway, so the top 4 still need to complete pit stops. We're currently watching Neil Hrenning here, who is chasing Brandon Holzhausen. Sean Skitter just up ahead. All the other gaps are pretty much large 4s and 5 second gaps, this being the closest on track at the moment. Gavin Cockett in the pits down in 23rd. Let's go and look at 16th. Here's Hannes van Wyk. And Hannes van Wyk is chasing Bryce Watson. So, it's raining, but the rain is stopping in 3 minutes. And Bryce is also chasing Jude Neville in his Mercedes. So this at 4 position, 14th, 15th and 16th respectively. A reminder, you're watching the final round of the Team versus Team Season 1 series for 2024 here at Logistical Nightmare Racing. Porsche, Bryce Watson, let's go on board with him. He's trying to pick up a draft down this long back straight. Jude Neville is just trying to break the draft and probably cool some tires. Bryce stays on the racing line. Jude comes across for his braking point. Hard braking now. Can't run into the back of the guy ahead of you. Bryce nails that braking point. And you can see in the mirror up at the top right, that's Hannes van Wyk right there in the Aston. There's some close racing here. Looks like the rain is indeed stopping. Oh, he's going up the inside. Bryce Watson, Jude was out there. It isn't stopping, but Jude's still there on the inside now for the next left-hander. He goes over the tyre curbs and Bryce hangs in tough on around the outside. And, oh, yeah, they come. Van Wyk's also in this. And that's a good pass there by Bryce Watson. That's some good, clean racing, respectful racing. All right, it finally makes sense. Which cars had contact with who? Okay, I'm good. So 11 incidents logged so far. Couple of them racing incidents, 2 or 3, no further actions. But, excuse me, lots of, excuse me, lots of red boxes as you can see on the timing screen. Courtesy of our live stewarding. And the rain has indeed stopped, ladies and gents. So, damp track, and it's now stopped for the next 10 minutes at least. Next on the attack here is Van Wyk. Hannes trying to work out how he can pass the Mercedes. I'm going to 13th quickly. Neil Cronin, right behind Brandon Holzhausen's Porsche. And it looks like Gavin Cockett's actually retired the Lamborghini, so he hasn't come back out the pits. But, oh, the Porsche. Oh, he got a huge tank slap at Holzhausen. Let's go back and watch that quickly. Right here. Oh, he catches it, but it drifts him right out over the tire barriers, and he's got a lift. They're going to be side by side almost as they go through the final turn. The next question is going to be how long did they stay out? Moed Musa's first man into the pits. So Moed Musa, is he going on to slicks already? Probably. He's going to be the first man out on slicks. And we'll have to monitor and see this and see what his pace is like. Marin van Veen in 7th place, currently the quickest lap time at 2:08.3 in his Mercedes. So we'll use that as a benchmark. 2:08.3, and he is defos still on wet tires. Moed Musa's just left the pits, and we'll have to wait for him to get round and then start a lap, and then we'll do a comparison. Awesome to have you all here at Logistical Nightmare Racing this evening. You watching the last round of the TVT series, the first round of the first series of the TVT series for 2024. And this is the final round, round 6, coming to you from Cota, Circuit of Americas. Van Veen running right off track there, and he would probably have to have lifted, so he doesn't get a track cut penalty. Over the line he goes, and that last lap was a 2:14. So there's your comparative laps. I think that 2:08 was possibly on his opening or his second lap before the rain came down. So that was a slick tires lap time. Moat Musa, where is he? Here he is. So he's halfway around. Niall Bullion also in the pits with his Ferrari, so he's probably in to do some tires as well. 23 minutes to go in this race. So far the weather looks good. No more rain yet. In fact, the clouds do look like they're thinning out a little bit, but never say never. It might rain again before the race is over. Oh, Moat Musa, you can see him absolutely struggling to get the grip, trying to generate heat into the slicks. But has the gamble paid off? He was the first man in, and now here come people. Wilfred Robson's in, Neil Grenning's in, Lee Bullion's in, Smith is in, Niall Bullion has left the pits, so they've all pitted and converted to slicks. Clearly the wets are just overheating, and this is it. This is Moat Musa's first quick lap on the slicks. So we'll have a look and see what this does. Gonna 7th place. Van Veen. Fleming Bauer's right there. No. Van Veen just went past Fleming Bauer. Right. Are you guys peeling into the pits? Gee, look at the pit lane. The leaders are all in. Van der Merwe, SES Dehesa, Schultz, LaRue, Meyer. Yo, everyone's in right now. So it's time to go to slicks. End of story. This is going to change up the lead up at the top. It should have Mike LaRue up in the lead, I think. So he's yet to pit. Indeed. Mike LaRue in the lead right now. Van der Merwe, Estes and Schultz all pit and their boxes go green. So those are legit pit stops. Lee Bullion gets a stop go 30 for speeding into the pit lane. This pit lane is atrocious. You cannot even look at it with speed and you will get a stop go. So guys need to be very diligent coming into the pit lane. Van Veen, there he goes, onto the long straight. So he is your net leader, having done his pit stop. Fleming, right there behind him, the white and pink McLaren. That's first and second place on slicks. LaRue has to pit. He's only 6 seconds up, and he's carrying a 5-second penalty. So he's essentially going to drop down to about 6th, 7th, somewhere around there. So Radio Neville into the pits, changing tires. There you can see the dry line already. So let's keep our eyes peeled in these lap times. But where's the BMW? Moat Musa. Eric. Alright, so he's just gone over the line. And that last lap was a 2:14.1. So there's still not enough heat for the slicks. But the sun is out, as you can see. So times are just going to get quicker from here. But the track is still listed as greasy. Back to Van Veen, who is your net leader. Mike LaRue he is in the pits, so there we go. And Van Veen comes into the pits. So he's still running. These guys are still on slicks. I mean, wet tires. So they obviously overheated now, and now they need to put their normal slicks back on. All of them are in. Van Veen, Bauer, Barrington, Smith. So next man coming is Sean Skitter. Lee Bullion, he is clearing his drive through. All those time penalties have been cleared, except for Paul Fenter. Right, let's see if Sean Skitter comes through and into the pits. I have no clue who is the next man that's... He is. He isn't. He is. Don't speed. Oh, Skitter, he attacks that pit lane, I can tell you. So, Jan van der Merwe going over the line now. He is going to be your net leader. And Essie Esterhazy right behind him. Brandon Holzhausen in the pits. So Schultz will be third, Meyer fourth, and Musa will be fifth. More or less. Jeez, a whole lot of stuff going on here this evening. Sun is out, sunny and cloudy, but the track's still greasy. So no green, no fast, definitely not optimum. But we still got 18 minutes to go. So there we go. Van der Merwe, Esterhazy, Schultz, Meyer and Leroux round out your top 5. Van Veen into the top 5 as he goes by. Van Veen still holding the quickest lap time. Fleming Bauer still back there in 6th. Skit in the pits, Holzhausen, Watson and Fenter all in the pits. All the penalties have also been taken off and time penalties have been deducted, and everyone is now net clear to race for the next 17 and a half minutes. Ooh, Van Veen almost cut that corner. He was braking a little bit too early. What a sound as that big Mercedes goes by on the main back straight. Neil Krenning in 13th place. Closest race on track. It's Brandon Holzhausen with Neil Krenning. Porsche versus Aston Martin. LNR boys going at each other. Oh, the Aston's up the inside. Porsche can't turn in. Porsche gets a better drive and down they go down the back, down the long back straight. Here comes the Aston. Here comes the Aston into the braking point. He's looking. Now they hit the braking point. He's fallen back in behind the Porsche. He almost outbraked himself there. But round they go. And now into the third sector. Very tricky little sector this. And the paint here is super slippery when it's wet. And there the Aston also gets a little bit sideways over that red and white curbing. So Neil Krenning trying to stay right under the wing of Holzhausen. Hang on to that Porsche. Holzhausen runs too wide. He's got a lift. And the Aston gets up almost next to him. And now they both run a little deep into the second last turn. Guys need to just take their times. Right, 15 minutes to go. Let's take stock. It's Van der Merwe in the McLaren. Zodiac Racing Falcons. From Essie Esterhazy. Zodiac Racing. Third place, Michael Schultz for Martini Racing, also from Zodiac. Fourth place, Henry Meyer from Impact Sim Racing. And fifth place, Mayen van Veen for Casual Drivers. Top 5, not one of them is an LNR driver. Fleming is there for Impact Sim Racing. Then the first LNR guy, Ryan Barrington Smith, the current driver championship leader, in 7th. Last laps, 3:10s. Those are pit times. 2:11s, 2:12s, 2:14s. The leader, 2:12. Neil Krenning still trying to attack here in the Aston Martin. Coming down to the last 15 minutes now, and it's still all to play for. Nothing is over here. There's the team championship and the driver championship still going on. Ooh, that's Jude Neville running a bit deep in his Mercedes. Holzhausen in his Porsche, trying to control the car. Doesn't want to get on those big pot sausage curbs. Here's where he ran wide just earlier, previous lap. Right, track is ticked over to fast, so the grip is slowly coming. Oh, Van Veen picks up a drive-through. Let's go and have a look at this because we're going to see where it happened. He's in the first sector, goes into the snake section, and it'll probably be the next left here. I'm not sure which corner, but that's that. He's picked himself up a drive-through. One too many off tracks, and and it has Andre Sorodio. So those guys having no luck tonight. This track and the track limits, it's super tight. You put some chicken legs on the side of your racing tires over the white paint, and you're going to get a track warning. Michael Schultz, he is on it, right under the tail of his community boss man, Essie Esterhazy's Porsche. And what he certainly doesn't want is to drive into that Porsche. But these guys going seriously well right now. That's a lap McLaren up there. Is it? That's not Van der Merwe, is it? It is. That's Van der Merwe. So Van der Merwe is tiptoeing around. He's not your leader anymore. So that's this could be a bit of team orders coming into effect, yeah? That's what happened there. These guys clearly on radio contact and knowing that Essie Esterhazy needs all the points he can get. So Van der Merwe doing the team man thing, and he is backed out of it, and he has let Essie go by and take the lead for maximum points. And now Fleming in the background there in the McLaren, Henry Mayer, sorry. So Michael Schultz is defending for all he's worth to keep Henry Mayer back. Yeah, shot Ashley. It was in the Essies. It was somewhere in that snake section, but you literally didn't see the car go too far off the racing line, and that's where he got it. So, Henry Mayer trying to turn in, and I'll tell you what, Schultz not interested. He's holding his ground and closes the door on the Porsche. Michael Schultz defending for all he's worth to hold back Henry Mayer in the McLaren. And the Porsche hits those sausage curbs and gets airborne and slows down. Henry Mayer's got to try and work out how to do this pass. And he's going up the inside now. Wow. Is he all the way past? He's not. Michael Schultz sends it up the inside and holds on to that position. And now full defending into the last turn. Henry Mayer tries to undercut, gets too much of a tank slapper on it and loses ground. Van Veen in the pits, getting his drive-through cleared. But we're going to stay with this. This is super good racing here. Fleming Bauer trying to work out how to do this with the Porsche. Michael Schultz defending, holding on to third place, and he's got just under 10 minutes. Van Veen's cleared his DT, and we'll see where he eventually comes out. Schultz right behind Van der Merwe in the McLaren now. And this is doing just perfect. There's Essie managing to get a bit of daylight from between him and the chasing pack. And Schultz running defensive. He goes up the center of the back straight. Now moves back into the braking racing line for the braking point. Oh, he's run too deep. Gosh, he can get that Porsche to stop. I was convinced he was going to fly through there, and he hasn't. Now the McLaren's almost up the inside. They are side by side, but again, Mayer gets a big tank slapper on it, and he can't. He loses a bit of pace, and again the Porsche bounces over those curves. This is some great racing here. Just behind them in 5th place is Fleming Bauer. You'll see the McLaren with the pink highlights just in the background just now. Oh, the Porsche's too wide now, and that's that. That's as good as he could do. Schultz is letting go through. He couldn't hold back anymore. So Henry Mayer piles through and heads into 3rd place. He's on the podium. Let's just have a look at these driver standings again. So it's Ryan Barrington Smith, Moord Musa, Fleming Bauer, Essie Esterhuis, and Niall Bullion. So we've got Henry May, who's in 8th. So all positions are for points. That's what's going on here. Thirteenth place again, Jude Neville. Must have been a pass or a slide or something just now. Ryan Barrington Smith, your leader, now the quickest man on the track. He does a 2:07.9 his last lap. The track is now fast. It's not optimum. And oh my word, in 10 minutes, the rain is coming back. There are only 7 minutes of this race left. So it might end with some a little downpour right at the end. Ashley and the admins for Logistical Nightmare, you hit a whopper of a service setting for this race, gentlemen. Serious challenge here for the drivers, and I think they've done very well for themselves. Essie 1.8 seconds up the road in 1st place from Van der Merwe. Mayer in 3rd place, and Mayer is attacking. He's right here. He's trying to get past the McLaren of Johan van der Merwe. Michael Schultz hasn't given up in the Porsche. He's under the wing of Mayer's McLaren, and he's going to see if he can maybe steal that 3rd place back. Oh, the rain's coming in 3 minutes. Never mind 10 minutes. Guys, this race with 5.5 minutes to go is going to end with rain. You. We're about to see it happen. Jeez, and the track has just gone through greasy. It's gone through green, fast. And now it's going to rain again. In 3 minutes, give or take. Gee, I'll tell you what, Henry Mayer's having to defend against Schultz in the Porsche. Oh, he gets a good run on Van der Merwe there in the McLaren. He was much quicker through the snake section, the SC section. Got to be careful, they're running very close over the white lines here. Convinced these guys are carrying a few track cuts. And you can see it's gone very dark very quickly. Just under 5 minutes now. So pretty much 3 laps. Are we going to see rain? Are they going to have to be tiptoeing around the last lap with rain falling? Yellow flag. We've got somebody off. Coming down the long back straight. Van der Merwe having to defend. Mayer on the outside in the McLaren. The Porsche's also arriving. The Porsche's up the inside. Schultz looking. Deciding he can't do it out there, and he's going to follow them through into the 3rd sector we go. Come on, Rain, where are you? I'm sticking with this dice for now because this is for the podium and it's the closest dice on track. 3.5 minutes. Oh, and he goes up the inside. Oh, and he gets a big tank slapper. Johan trying to come back, but the Porsche is now going up the inside. So Schultz gets the drive. And that McLaren is struggling on those tires. Henry May might be passing people and getting up to second place, but he is sideways everywhere. Jan van der Merwe goes from second to fourth in 2 corners. Now the Porsche outbrakes himself and he gives it back to Johan. Look at the McLaren sliding. And now the Porsche goes back behind. Here's the rain. Ooh, wow, 2 laps and it's coming down. Talk about a challenge. Essie Esterhazy must just be going, what is going on? So, 2 full laps to go from here. Possibly 3, in fact, because of the rain. Nobody's coming in for tires. I can tell you that right now. So these guys are going to be trying to finish this race on the slicks. "14th place. Bryce Watson. Oh, look there. That's Jude Neville coming into the pits, I think. It was. So Jude Neville is doing a gamble. He's going to throw some wets on to see if he can maybe make up some positions by the looks of it. With 2 minutes to go, he's pitting. Oh, well, let's see what happens there. Hannes van Wyk we've lost, unfortunately. A possible disconnect. Henry May is right here with Essie. He is right here with Essie. This is for first place. This McLaren cannot keep itself in a straight line. Now you're seeing the skill of Henry Mayer. Oh, he almost goes into the Porsche. Jude still has the wets by the looks of it. Really? Oh, these guys are a little bit of touchy going around the double right-handers here. Essie staying on the racing line, but that McLaren is all over the place. Oh, I think there's a bit of contact there. Let's go back 30 seconds and get into the helicopter view. So Henry Mayer's right here. They go through the right-handers. It's a little bit of contact here. Little touch, but everything's okay. Everyone recovers. Right, heading now to the second last corner, and I think Henry Mayer's gone into the back of the Porsche. Oh yes, right there, he just carried too much pace and that's turned him round. Henry Mayer, nice of him. He is slowing down and waiting.
Leaders on final lap now.
And he has let Essie go back by, but Essie's lost that position. So Michael Schultz goes into the lead in the Porsche. So this is now damage control for Essie. Our championship is coming down to the wire. Ryan Barrington-Smith goes into 4th place. So our leader for the championship is gone up into 4th place. Essie is right behind him in 5th. And these guys are all tiptoeing. Seriously, everyone's tiptoeing. There's Henry Mayer and Essie again. And Henry's looking again after giving the position back to Essie. This is big rain. Schultz, where's he? He's at the end of the long back straight already. Schultz, who was racing a lap ago for 3rd and 4th place, and now finds himself in the lead courtesy of that tap with Mayer and Essie Esterhazy. And Van der Merwe's there as well, having dropped from down to 5th place. And right behind him is Fleming Bauer, who's up into 3rd. So all these changes happening on the last lap. But we're going to stay with the leader as he comes over the line, and then I'll pick up the racing going on behind it. Michael Schultz wins the final round, round number 6 from Circuit of the Americas. with 3 rain sessions in this race. Well done, Mr. Schultz.
Finish the race.
Jan van der Merwe, 2nd. Fleming Bauer, 3rd. Barrington Smith, 4th in the Porsche. Essie Esterhazy hangs on for 5th place. And Henry Mayer comes home in 6th. Mike LaRue coming down in the Aston Martin. He is coming to the final turn. Moat Musa right behind him in the Porsche. He's in 8th. Maroon van Veen, after leading easily but picking up a drive-through, he finishes in 9th. And Sean Skitter, he's still coming along in the McLaren. Big drifts going on. He will round out your top 10. Wow, how was that for a race? I mean, look how quick the track went to full wet. It wasn't even 2 laps. In the background, Brandon Holzhausen. Here he is, and Neil Kruening. Oh, and right in the back, there's that Andres Arodio getting all lefts and right. Let's go and look what happened there. Did he spin himself? Oh, he did. He got on the paint. Zigzag left, right, and he lost a position there. Paul Venter, here he comes. And he comes over the line. Wilfred Robson, also the LNR cheese and wine car. Shit. So there we go, ladies and gents. Mega. Okay, drivers are leaving already, so these are going to be incorrect numbers. But that's that for the TVT series. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody on the YouTube for coming along and watching. I hope you enjoyed the coverage. It's been fun. And well done to the drivers. Well done to the organizers, admins. Excellent stuff, gentlemen. This is your broadcast streamer, Alan Patterson, saying thanks very much and take care. Cheers.